Callaway's gone rogue. Let's find out why. We're going to thanks to Callaway for the intro, the Rogue intro, because it's fairly proper. I do like the graphics that they've done with it, and it's a good start. So, what it is a review of the Rogue Driver in particular. Now we're going to do a different one on the fairway and hybrid together, and then we're going to do one on the irons together as well. So this one's just going to concentrate on the driver. So just like in every other one that we've got from Callaway, we have blow-aparts. And we're going to explain what makes the Rogue technology one of those hard-to-beat kind of items. And it is jailbreak. See those two rods in there? Those two rods connect this part of the crown to that part of the sole where those two holes are at. And what that allows you to do is it allows the face to still flex, but still stay, the rest of the club doesn't get bigger ball speeds. Now, what else is important? Well, the triaxial weave compound. What that is basically this is the crown that goes on top of that head. All right, about like that. And because it's so light, it's just a few grams. Because it's so light, that means it can make more weight go down into the sole. Now, the thing that you'll notice different than the Epic driver is that the Rogue doesn't have a slider. Okay, it doesn't have a slider. Well, now in the old club, in the Epic club, the slider was good for 22 degree or 22 yards dispersion from right to left, left to right, depending on what side you stand on. They've decided, they being Callaway's decided that they're going to come out with what would be a standard club, and it sets, and if you look down here, I've got some pictures of it. It sits at address pretty nice. So maybe a degree closed, and if it sits a degree closed, and it's got a pretty sharp look. It's very reflective, but still darker. The sole is a little elongated, more so than the Epic is, but that's to draw the center of gravity back so you can get an even better launch angle. Now, what did that happen? Well, they've got that's a weight port in the back. And what that allowed to do is put a little bit more weight right there. So again, it allows you to get it way up in there. You notice something different in the Epic bars is that they've hourglassed them a little bit. And in talking with Dr. Hocknell, what that means is they just lost a little bit more weight so they can put it somewhere else. Now, the claim here is, it's going to be faster, more ball speed than the Epic. And how can that possibly be with all the things created equal? With the triaxial weave, with the jailbreak technology, with everything that's going on in this club that's very similar to the previous model, how can you get more ball speed? Well, what's happened is if you look way in the back, right behind that X is the face. The face is different. All right. Now, what it is it radically different? No, but they've gotten a little bit thicker in the middle, a little thinner in the edge. Which seems to be a popular design process now, and that gives you that slightly greater ball speed. Now, we haven't really tested one against the other, which might be another video, but greater ball speed. Now, in talking with them, in the Sub-Zero, the greatest amount of ball speed gained was in the Sub-Zero, not necessarily in the Rogue or the Rogue Draw. So keep that in mind. So if you're looking for a little bit more ball speed, you might look at the Sub-Zero. Now, what separates these two out, or these three out for that matter? Well, as you can see, as we pan to all the different heads, is that from address, they pretty much all look about the same. They all have the carbon triaxial weave. They all have the nice darker paint job going across. They all have the same kind of face markings, but when it gets to the sole's a little different. And what happens is in the regular Rogue, as we've shown you before, in the regular Rogue, it only has a single weight port in the back with maybe a degree closure on that in the face design, maybe square. I'm going with a degree closed. Now in the draw is a little different. If you're looking at it, the draw has an extra weight in the back of towards the heel right here. And that's fairly significant. So that combined with the face closure that it has, it makes you draw the ball even more than the Epic did in the full draw mode. That was the whole purpose. I can attest to that. I did hit it at the Top Golf in Cincinnati with a regular flex club, and the only thing I could do was make it go to my right, being left-handed. And nice high shots, they just kept going to my inside. So the stuff does work. All right. Now on the Sub-Zero part of it all, the Sub-Zero is very much like the other Epic in that it's got the two weights. Heavy weight in the back, regular weight in the forward. If you want to move the center of gravity forward, you take the big weight and you put it in the front, and the light weight and you put it in the back, and the ball flight will come down. Lower spin speed, lower spin rates, a little more forgiveness, a little higher in the high MOI. So nice at address, very square to almost open when you look at that and that at address. So keep that in mind. From what what we would build it as the average golfer guy that doesn't have too much of a slice corrective need would be into the Rogue. A guy that needs that slice corrective or hits it off to their outside, the Draw model, and the Draw model is not gross. I think it really looks kind of nice. And then for your player would be the Sub-Zero. Now, clubmaker point of view, all right, these are all get the ball up in the air kind of clubs because they have the sole's been elongated, so it pulls back, it's going to get the ball in the air. It also sounds a bit softer than the Epic, so if you're really kind of turned off to the sound, you're really going to like the Rogue. Easy to hit. These are easy to hit clubs. I expect them to be very popular. Now the big thing from a club making point of view, club fitter point of view, is they have changed their shaft offerings. All right, and one of them is Karatana. It's the Karatana. All right, Karatana, and that is an Aldila shaft. Now this one's in the 40 grams, so those looking for a little bit of swing speed, that would be the offering that you're looking for in that one. It comes in a regular. I believe it'll also come in a lighter flex as well. But 40 grams, all right, pretty significant, 40 grams. Still offering the Golf Pride Dual Decade, and it has the now cool blue cap on it instead of the green or even the black. All right, what will probably be one of the more popular shaft choices is the Project X Evenflo. All right, Project X Evenflo. And these are going to come in regular stiff and extra stiff. And I totally suspect that the fairway woods and hybrids will have something very similar to that in there, although I have not seen it yet. The Evenflo, 65 gram. Okay. I would take this at a grain of salt. Now, I have measured every single one of these shafts for flex and for the weight, and I measured every one of the heads. And the heads came in good, the weights came in good. Flexes are a little bit on the stiff side all the way across the board. So if you're that guy that's in between the R and the S, or the S and the X, or even the A and the R, don't be afraid to go down one, okay? And case in point, I did that because I am on that border. I'm on that R and S border, and when I frequency tested them, the R flex was a little bit high. I was right on that border, maybe skipping into the S flex for me. And I hit that thing, and it just was like just walloping it. It was a good stick. So if you're finding that you're having trouble getting the ball in the air, or you're having trouble bringing the club around, don't be afraid to go down to that next flex in it, and you're going to find out that you're hitting the crud out of it. And another one that I think will also be popular to a lot of people, the Aldila Synergy. All right, the Aldila Synergy. And it's a nice gray shaft. It's got the blue paint and the words of Synergy. And that could be another one. That'd be good for the Draw model. It comes in a 50 and 60 gram option. and this one's going to be a little bit more favorable down at the bottom. So in the way of people trying to bring the club around, the stronger golfer will like the Synergy. The next golfer will, or I'm sorry, the stronger golfer will like the Evenflo. Then the next person, the next golfer looking for a little more forgiveness would like the Synergy, and then the next one would be like the Cortana. Now they also have an offering of the for the guys that are very fast, very strong. They're also offering the Hazardous. All right, but this is in a heavier model. All right, where the others are in that 60 to 65 gram model, this will be in that 70 gram space. So if you're looking for something a little heavier and a little bit more to a faster swing speed, then the Hazardous is where you want to be. So the Quintara, 40 gram to pick up speed, get the ball in the air. The Synergy, average golfer type, still swings pretty good, gets it going around. The Evenflo for a person that might have a quicker tempo and as a slightly stronger golfer, where the Synergy is a smoother type golfer. And then you would have the Hazardous for the guy that's very, very strong or very, very aggressive. So that's where we're looking at. Let's see your scores. The Rogue. You have the new jailbreak technology. You have the different kind of a face. You have the elongated sole. You have the carbon triaxial weave, and you have the look in these different shafts. So again, when you go get these shafts or go to get these golf clubs, go get fit. That way, all that money that you've spent, it'd be worth every penny. Get fit, get the right club underneath of you, and enjoy teeing off. Because I'm telling you, you will with these particular clubs. And if you liked it and want to see more of the reviews, if you like the review, please like the video and subscribe, and that way you'll see when I do the rest of the reviews on the rest of the Rogue product. Now that we've talked about how the drivers are constructed, now we know how they're going to perform. If we look over here, we did the Rogue 10.5 with an Evenflo R flex shaft. The Rogue Sub-Zero with that same shaft. This was a 9-degree driver. And then the Rogue Draw, which was a 9-degree driver with the same shaft. Now I've got it set for total carry distance. That's what it's configuring for right here. And as you can see, I carried the Draw Rogue 257. I got the Sub-Zero at 252. And I did the regular Rogue at 249. The carry distances were 269, 272, and 280 respectively. Now, all right, decent distances for me. I'm really concentrating on this here. Smash factors, I like them in the 145 range. If I can stay in there or go higher, that's great. 144 is really close. That means I didn't hit this one nearly as good. As you can tell, about 101 to 103 mile per hour club head speed, and that resulted in these ball speeds. So let's see how they look when they go out there, because even though you get these distances with that, they got to go in the right direction, and as you can tell, I'm hitting everything to the right. Now keep in mind, I am a lefty, and so let's go back to the beginning. All right, so there's the Evenflo, or I'm sorry, there's the Rogue 10.5. There's the Rogue 10.5 with the Evenflo R, and I'm going to hit them all at the same time. And if you look at the black line, I hit 3 of the 4, very, very consistent, and then one I just turned on really, really hard. If we go back and look at which one, that was the one that went pretty far, but it also went very much right. So that one, even if it went far, the woods are full of long drivers. That doesn't do me much good. All right, the Evenflo Draw. Let's see what that one looked like. Again, it did exactly what it was supposed to do. It pulled everything further to the right. So obviously, if I'm going to hit this club, I'm either going to need to throw my hands out even further, or I'm going to need to aim way left. But this is an expected result based on the previous Evenflo, or I'm sorry, the previous Rogue. So that's what we were looking for there. Again, the draw is made to hit it to your inside. For me, that is to the right. It did exactly what it was supposed to. I had two that were pretty consistent, and the other two were pretty much thrown out there. And I am sure this heavy-duty line one, that was a 293 again. Again, just like in the other one, the woods are full of long drivers. Takes off pretty good. They're all pretty good. I'd say it's a pretty good dispersion. It's just to the right. Livable, I am sure, with some pretty good numbers. Last but not least, we look at my acceleration profile. Straight through is exactly what I was looking for. So I was accelerating through it. I was just cutting across the ball, but I had it closed, so I was making up for it. Okay, as part of the testing, we used the new FlightScope X3 with the Fusion tracking technology, and I used some Wilson range balls. So if you saw some higher spin rates than normal off the driver, we found that if you take about 800 off of that, you're in pretty good shape. So, and that's from testing that we've done in the past. So again, with the new upgraded launch monitor, we've been able to track a few extra things, and for new reviews to come. Also, as we found out, we had the Rogue Draw, and the CZ, or the Sub-Zero, all using the same shaft, and they did just exactly what they were supposed to do. The draw went way to my right, which is where it was supposed to go. The CZ, I must say, felt the best of the clan. Now, from all indications with higher MOIs and whatnot, it felt good. I was comfortable over top of it, and I really, really liked that particular club. The sound on these is a little bit more muted than it was on the Epic. I would think that would be a little bit more desirable. So there's your review. I hope you liked it. If you did, please subscribe and like the video as well. And if you want to see some more, because there is more coming, subscribe. Even though I asked you to do that already. And let's see your scores go low.